Welcome to the channel. This is Clarity Empress, the Empress of Clarity, here to bring you a collective energy reading for none other than my collective. How y'all doing? Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section. And let me know if the reading resonates with you. I hope you all are doing well. Excuse me. So we're about to get started. Feel like a Sunday night to me. That's because it's my second Sunday. This is a long weekend. I finally rested. And I just feel good. And I just hope you feel good, just like I do. I hope you got rest this Labor Day weekend here in the States. For you and others, whatever you're doing, I hope it's not taxing you much. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started. If you get a chance to check the thumbnail, screenshot it, and open it, like, spread it out so you can read it, because in order to have peace, you got to deal with within your wheelhouse, what you can handle, what you can go through, what you can deal with. All right, Spirit, give me a message for the collective, what they need to know. Hey, girl. How you doing today? So I couldn't stay on for the reading. I had to go fight some, what are them things called again? Groundhogs. Oh, my gosh. We went out to plug up some holes with cement because them damn things was doing too much in my yard. And I said, let me go do that while I can. What's going on? All right, Spirit, give me a message for the collective. Oh, that flipped. Health. See, I will honor my physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Yeah, we got to work. We got to concern ourselves with our health, our wealth, our blessings. You just got off a live. Was it your live? You do Monday night lives? You got to hit me with the likelihood and the schedule. Tell me more, Spirit. Oh, okay. So I got to check you out. We got grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. That's a freaking lootly. Okay. Welcome to the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Liking, sharing, and subscribing is an energetic donation to the channel. Costs you nothing, and it is much appreciated. Helps us keep going. Thank you for coming. Peace, Tuesday. How you doing, my dear? Make sure you comment in the comment section or even in the chat. Let me know how you feeling. Surrender. Tell me more, Spirit. This gonna be something different than yesterday, or what? Doubt. Somebody's challenge is dealing with doubt. Somebody doubts themselves, doubts their abilities, doubts situations in their life, and pride. Lord. Purpose. Good. I cannot complain. And here is sneaking on the bottom of the deck is empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. So, it's funny because, not funny, haha, but interestingly funny. Today I was having conversations, several, about my grief. But not my grief like I'm not currently grieving, but I was remembering an important person in my life. And I wished, of course, that they were still here. But I appreciated them. And I was grateful to have been able to appreciate them while they were still here. Although I feel like I could have done more. Like if we had more time, of course I would have done more. But I was appreciative over the fact that I believe they knew. You know what I mean? Like I was able to give that person their flowers while they are here, which I feel like is very important in relationships, that you can appreciate people. You have that appreciation for somebody. It's very important to offer them their flowers while they're here. You know what I'm saying? So that you don't have regrets, that they move on knowing that, you know what I'm saying, you cared and your relationship was in good standing. Somebody has to be, either somebody's health is in question or was in question in a previous energy. Um, but somebody might be grieving. Mm. And in their surrender here, I can release my need to control. Then we have doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. And we got pride. I love myself and I see it. But purpose is here, overall energy. Somebody's pride and ego is blocking them. They have doubts because there's a lot of insecurities underneath all that pride and ego. This person has control issues. They need to surrender those control issues. And they're grieving a relationship. Mm, my condolences. My condolences to you. Wow. And I'm sorry that that even resonated, but my condolences because, yeah, you know, sometimes we need to let people know what they mean to us while we have the opportunity to do that, you know? And sometimes it's not possible. To be honest, sometimes it's not possible if we're not in good terms with a person and there's no reason to resolve it. We also have to have an acceptance of what it is, right? And I am just grateful with that particular relationship, you know, because I was so grateful and appreciative of her in my life that I believe she knew. And well, she knows. I would say she knows because energy never dies. And she comes to visit me quite often in my dreams. She don't have no problem coming to see me like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, oh, what's going on with you? Especially at really like serious milestones, she shows up. She show up to let me know she here. So, you know, I don't know what type of person your cousin was, but light a candle for her. Ask her to go to the light. Send her off with love. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I was talking about her and I was like, dang, you know. So with my cousin, my stepmom, she she had sides of her I didn't know that so many people appreciated, that I found out at her funeral. Like it was so overwhelming. I remember being outside the church because I couldn't be in the church for a minute. Like I had to come outside. I was talking to a friend. Now, we were up in Jersey. I'm talking to a friend who's in Atlanta telling me how their friend that's interning in New York was catching a bus that the company sponsored, Chase Manhattan Bank on Wall Street, um, commandeered a bus for their people to go to her funeral. But at the time, my friend was telling me, initially, she didn't know it was for my stepmom. I never realized how many people loved her and cared about her and really liked her like I did. Like I had no idea. She was a big deal. She was so humble. She was so humble. All right, tell me more, Spirit. So we got blessings and abundance. Yeah, so pen that message message. Thank you, sis. Um, yeah, right? And she would have been a nana to my kids. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like, they sometimes some people are bigger than life in the community, and you don't know because you're so close to them. You don't know how they impact others. She said the friend was telling her how much of a mentor she was, how professional she was, how she schooled them, how she guided them. I thought she only did that for me. I had no idea she was mentoring people at work. I didn't know. I didn't know her capacity. I didn't know what she did. I mean, I knew what she did, but I didn't know to what capacity she did it. She was a big freaking deal. She was a big deal. And I didn't even know. I mean, I found out. I found out. I feel so blessed that when I chose to come into the world before I got here, that I had the opportunity to meet her. Like, I know Spirit said, you know, when you come into this world, here are the people you're going to meet. And I felt like I had to be introduced to them to make that choice. You know what I'm saying? Cape Verdean rice and beef. Let me tell you something. Hey, Aya, how you doing? I was telling my husband today, when I moved to Baltimore, out of all my so-called parental figures, she was the only one that came down to Baltimore, spent time like the weekend with me. We went to the what is it, the harbor. I took a bingo. We went different places, and I remember asking her, because she teach me how to make Jamaican oxtail. All the years growing up, I was never interested in how to make it. I went to the market with her. I saw how she got it cut. All of that. I paid attention, but I didn't, because I only wanted her to make it. Like, I used to be impatient. Like, how long is it going to take? And she'd be like, yo, sit down somewhere. I'd be like, yeah, but is it almost done? Can I have a piece now? She'd be like, if you don't get out of here. So when I went away and called myself grown, I had my own place. I was like, I'm going to need you to teach me how to make it like you make it, so I can always have that taste. And she hooked your girl up and taught me how to make the rice and beans, and well, we call it rice and peas, but oh my gosh. So you know what it is to miss somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Girl. Love, love, love her. Okay, so health, blessings and abundance. So I'm gonna have to clarify that along with health. But tell me about grief, Spirit. Surrender. Surrender here twice. Somebody needs to grieve. Oh, somebody. That's what it is. Somebody needs to grieve. Somebody hasn't grieved somebody important in their life. Like, I know I grieve. So I'm not, this ain't me. It's not my energy. But somebody needs to grieve. Whether this person's alive or not, they need to grieve the connection or the person in their life. Somebody that means something to you, but you can't be with them. Cry, purge, something you need to grieve. Mm. Surrender. Tell me more about surrender on this card, Spirit. So as you can see, we got surrender twice. So somebody also needs to release the need to control. That's what they need to surrender. Yeah, for joy and contentment. When you release the need to control something, that's when joy and contentment can come in. Because if you're not trying to hold something and keep it a certain way and make sure it is exactly what it is, you can release the tension. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go let your hair down. Relax. Spirit is saying somebody need to relax and somebody need to grieve a relationship. Meaning, you know what I'm saying? Get some help for that. Or, you know, get some support. I don't know, but grieve that relationship. Tell me about the doubts. Power and intention. This is also giving more control. This is giving like King of Swords, Emperor type energy. But power and intention. Mm. These cards are saying a lot. And compassion. Somebody that's in pride and ego right now needs to actually learn how to give compassion to themselves. I feel like there's a lot of insecurities with someone. They gotta get, but I feel like this is more about self energy, not about your person type thing. I feel like this is what somebody's experiencing. Bottom of the deck with purpose, learning experience. This is why somebody need to grieve. All of this, what somebody is going through is a learning experience. The relationship, how it did not go well, or the situationship, whatever it is, how it didn't go well, how it's no more. It's just it's time to release. It's trying time to release it, and it's time to grieve. Wow. I feel like somebody's with surrender here twice is given and somebody's having a hard time with their emotions. They're too busy trying to control their emotions. They lack the joy and contentment in their life because of the control issues that they have. Um there needs to be power and intention behind their action, or they need to be careful with that. And doubt, there's a lot of insecurity somebody has, possibly because they no longer have the relationship that they wanted. This is a learning experience. Also, as giving somebody, you know, sometimes we mess up relationships and there's no way to fix it. Spirit is saying, yeah, okay, that didn't work out, but you can still chuck it up as a learning experience. Grieve it. That's how you heal from it. And you have another opportunity to go again. Not maybe not with that person or that particular situation, but at the same time become something else. Was I talking to y'all last night about being a freshman? Or I was talking to a friend. I don't know, but I just remember saying something about how life can start. Yeah, it was must have been last night. How life you have another opportunity. You might be disappointed with the past, maybe your past performance, maybe your past situations, how things turned out, but you do get an opportunity for a refresh, a new start. If you move, you get a start where you go. You know what I'm saying? People don't know you. People can't judge what they don't know. All right. Mm-hmm. What's here? You're manifesting. Pull out the tarot now. But yeah, so anywho, I just feel like what I'm hearing Spirit say is that somebody, if you had a relationship and you never cried about it, but you thinking about it real hard, it's kind of like it's time to go let the tears fall. Tears can be healing. You know what I'm saying? When you're disappointed and things aren't going your way, because I feel like this is a lot about disappointment, especially with doubt. Sometimes it's time to just release it by purging it, and purging is allowing yourself to cry. You know what I'm saying? Like release that emotions. Tell me more, Spirit, about blessings and abundance. Clarify that for me. Oh, okay. Spirit said the relationship was a blessing. Damn, somebody kind of sabotaged the relationship. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, somebody, that's what they got to learn from. And that's why they're having a hard time grieving it, because they don't want it to be over. Yeah. With the Nine of Pentacles, it's like somebody walked away from a relationship. They went solo. They wanted their independence. Um, there was a lack of reciprocity. So there was like me fi me, but not we. Get what I'm saying? So that destroyed the health of the relationship. Somebody being very what you call it, selfish and self-centered, right? Not considering how it made others or how they make others feel, or how the other person would feel, right? Somebody lacked consideration in a relationship, which is lacking the love of somebody else. So they were self-centered. They just wanted to do everything on their own, and that destroyed the blessings and abundance of the relationship. Yeah, now they gotta grieve. Now they looking up at the in the star. I'm also getting somebody like learning how to pray or already praying, like almost in a wishing way. Like, I wish things were different. I have hope for things to be different, but this is somebody that still hasn't grieved the relationship. So they have optimism, but at the same time, I don't feel like this is a person that fully processed how much of a learning experience this is, how this is not coming together. At least not now. They need compassion for themselves. It's like, you know what I'm getting? Like when somebody wants somebody who can't be alone. Like they might jump from relationship to relationship, but there's this one they haven't fully grieved. There was just one they might have dashed away too soon. There's just one relationship they didn't do right, and now they're learning. And I'm hearing ringing a little bit, and my ears changed. Hmm. Give me more spirit. Then we got Eight of Wands here. Yeah, they're blocked. Their joy is blocked because they got control issues. Somebody wants to control the situation. Their joy and contentment is lacking in the hidden energy. Somebody not happy. That they have to learn though. This is somebody's lesson. And the whole purpose of this situation is for somebody to learn. Whatever they used to do, if they was hopping around relationships or just not giving fully and committed into relationships, this is Spirit's way of teaching somebody a lesson by making them experience loss. Somebody's experiencing loss. All right, tell me about paying attention with the doubt, Spirit. Mm. Yep. The Spirit's way of, this is Hangman in reverse. So the Spirit's way of enlightening somebody. I feel like somebody's seeing where they went wrong, what went wrong, how it went wrong. I feel like somebody's replaying some things in their mind. And they got doubts. And the reason why they got doubts is they don't know if they don't know if this is gonna work. They optimistic, they're hopeful, things could get back on track, or you know what I mean? Like if it's a job, they're hopeful they can get the job again, that they didn't walk out prematurely, you know what I'm saying? This person is hopeful that this situation can come back together. I don't know if it's like intimate relationship is given some sort of relationship. Hold on. That's too many cards. Yeah. So that's the truth. Ace of Swords. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you ring that bell where you're notified anytime I come on. And, like, sharing, and subscribing are energetic donations to the channel. Cost you nothing, and it is a blessing to the channel. Thank you for coming. Yeah. This is going to take a long time to get back right, to come into order. Also, somebody's lesson is going to take a long time. Because the fact that surrender was here twice tells me that there is some serious control issues that person is experiencing now and has been experiencing in the hidden energy. The Knight of Pentacles indicates this is a long road and journey for somebody. They have a lot of lessons to learn. And a lot of it, to me, centers around selfishness. With pride and ego being here, compassion, this centers around somebody being selfish. And they got to learn from that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now they got to learn to compromise. Right? Now they got to learn to choose. Whether it's choosing love or making good choices that benefit them like love. But now they got to learn to choose. Somebody, I feel like whatever their experience is, they didn't choose right. They made bad choices because their choices were based on their independence. I feel like somebody might have been hyper independent, unwilling to share with somebody with the past energy, health, uh, blessing, and abundance. Like somebody really just did not, it was all about them. You know what I'm saying? And you can't hold on to no relationship and it's all about you because you don't have consideration for another person or you don't have consideration for other people. Whatever the case may be, somebody lacked that consideration because they were all about themselves. Now they hoping that something could come together with the star, but they still have to grieve and then they have to surrender. You know what I'm saying? Peace, bite. They have to grieve and they need to surrender. All right, tell me more. The Pentacles. Oh, okay. So, so if this is a connection, all right, this is something that you release yourself from in the past energy. Because the devil is that connection that feels like a bond. It's a trauma bond, usually. You know what I'm saying? It's a bond of control. But I feel like someone else came out of that controlling bond. It's like, you know how they say people, you mentally check out of a relationship prior to exiting the relationship. Matter of fact, me and Cherry was talking about that today. You sometimes you well most times you mentally check out before you physically leave the relationship. And for this to be in the past energy, this is like saying, okay, this bond is not real. It doesn't hold me anymore. You know, the lack of consideration or whatever the hyper independence this person had, whatever they had going on, is not keeping you in place. I almost um I was like, I don't want to do that, but I heard Spirit said, you should name this video something like 5 ways to get them back, in your life or something like that. But Spirit said, but that's not what we want you to tell them in the way that they would, expect that title. And I was like, that sounds like clickbait. So I don't really want to convey that. But it's like now what I realize is that somebody took back their independence, right? And how it relates to that title is that if you click on some things like that, a lot of times they're not really telling you how to get this person back. What they're explaining to you is how you move forward. Getting them back, if it's about revenge, it's not really about revenge. The best revenge is you taking care of yourself, you moving forward, you releasing, you surrendering control in the relationship and not holding on, not trying to keep that person. So somebody could be doing that, but Spirit is saying it's time to release. It's time to surrender. Come on, more Spirit. Yeah, it's time to work on yourself. 8 of Pentacles with the star. It's time to put the energy in you. That's your best bet, is to work on you, to build yourself up, to build your coins up. You know what I'm saying? To build your stability up in life. That's what this life is about, right? It's not about people pleasing. It's not about holding it down for other people. It's about how do you take care of yourself. And then when you make choices and you learn from your experience, how do you compromise in the right situations? More Spirit. 4 of Cups. So we got somebody who is blocked from joy and contentment, who also needs to surrender control. They are extremely unhappy with their situation. This is somebody who don't want to lose out, whether it be love, whether it be situations, opportunities. This is somebody who no longer wants to lose out. Because when the 4 of Cups is an upright, it's more about being picky. No, thank you. I don't want none. Now this person is saying, well, wait a minute. I don't want to lose out on my blessings. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody realizing what they could be potentially missing out on. Ten of Swords. And we got betrayal, we got heartbreak, and we got walking away. Somebody has been stabbed enough, played with enough. This is what caused all these doubts. But this is what Spirit is trying to show you with the Hangman in reverse. You have been a martyr long enough. And the power and intention of the set. Somebody might have been doing things that whoever betrayed a person, it was intentional. Spirit said, listen, if you're listening to this reading right now, the person that broke you and broke your heart, they did it intentionally. If you want to believe something else, don't waste your energy overthinking it. Okay? Whoever did what they did when they betrayed you, it was intentional. There is no excuse for it at all. Spirit. Whatever they did, and they meant it. Don't try to make it something else. Ten of Swords, Carmen, y'all know Carmen. So Carmen asked me, she said, how often does a Ten of Swords start off a reading? At first, I didn't know what she meant by that because, it all depends on the question. She said, well, in your life, yesterday, Ten of Swords started off the reading. I was like, oh, because somebody's really going through it. Somebody has been betrayed. Like it's been, and all the cards that came out supported it. And I feel like somebody hasn't even grieved the betrayal yet. Like they haven't cried about it. They may be working on themselves or whatever, but I don't know if they still got hope for the situation. Whatever the case may be, Spirit, there's two cards here that say surrender. Spirit is trying to tell somebody, release it. Let it go. And maybe the first thing you got to do in order to mentally fully check out of it is to go ahead and cry. Like get your emotions out. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. Cry. Boy, you will feel so much better when you cry. I know when I've cried over some things, boy, as soon as I finish, sometimes I'm like, damn, what was I crying for? But because I feel so much better, so much lighter. I got it out. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not worried about it no more. I'm over it. More Spirit. Yep, it's time to move on. Now, this has been a long time coming for somebody, especially with the Knight of Pentacles. You know what I'm saying? But Spirit said, nonetheless, move on. It's time to keep going. To keep moving ahead. It's time to go. Yes, it is. It's a soul cleanser. And not even crying like the angry cry. Just the, I'm hurt. I want to be over it. I don't want to feel like this kind of cry. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe I allowed this to happen, or this person did this to me. Whatever you got to do, it's okay. Let it go. Surrender it. Let Spirit deal with it. If you surrender it, that's when Spirit can move in and deal with it. But if you sit there and try to hold on, nope, I got this. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Spirit can't intervene because you too busy getting in the way. Surrender. Let it go. Let it be with Spirit. Let me see the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Knight of Wands. Lovers. Making a choice. You gotta let Spirit come through for you. You gotta let Spirit be reckless for you. You gotta let Spirit do what they gotta do. And what I tell y'all about them chosen ones, if you have a chosen one, or if you are, a chosen ones loved by Spirit, you honor your spirit guides. They honor you. They show up for you. You see that, you acknowledge it, you grateful for it. When you cry, it gets handled. Now you got to get out the way and let them do what they need to do. I was like watching this sister, and I can't think of her name. I recently followed her on one of my accounts, but um, she said, "Stop stealing." That was the title. So I was like, hmm. She said, "Stop stealing other people's burdens and other people's lessons. Stop stealing. Get out the way. Allow karma, allow the universe, allow God, whatever you want to call it, to do what it needs to do. Some things aren't meant for you because that's when you start catching strays. So you can't cry and grieve and call yourself surrendering and then go try to clean up somebody's mess. It doesn't work like that. You gotta let it go for your sake, okay? And let spirit do what spirit gonna do. It's not a hate thing. You don't have to wish anything on nobody. It's just for your own mental and emotional well-being. Crying is healing. But I promise you, as somebody who honors their spirit guide, if a person did things to you, hurt you with intention, and here it is intentional. What they did is intentional. You're not going to be able to stop what they got coming from them. You're just not. And don't bother. Just stay the fuck up out the way. You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is, and you can't do nothing about it. You just gotta let it be. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do anything. You don't have to get mad and say a spell and wish bad on this person. You don't have to do none of that. None of it. Just let spirit do what spirit's gonna do. Your spirit guides are here to take care of you. They're here to love, honor, and support you. Yeah, you gotta stand clear. That's part of surrendering and releasing that control. You can't like cry about it and then stand in the way of it. Spirit's gonna be like, yo, I'm confused. I was talking to somebody the other night and I was saying how, oh, matter of fact, it was Black Cherry or somebody. I was saying how, let's just say when you want a relationship, okay? Um, I had a family member I would say this to because what she would do is say, I want this in a man. And then say, but I'm not ready yet because I want to lose 50 pounds. But I'm not ready yet. I want to get my fly back. But I'm not ready yet. I want to do that. I'm like, but every time you say those things, it's like you're canceling your order to spirit. You're saying, like you're going to Instacart or you're going to Uber Eats and you're ordering your food and you're like, I don't got the money. So the situation just sits in the cart. It sits in the cart until the cart just expires, right? We're not holding this no more because you haven't done what you needed to do. If you say you want it, then go for it. If you say you want it, then put effort into it. That's when you put the money in the cart and you click submit. Yes, pay for it. You put your card in and you do what you got to do. Yeah, it's beyond window shopping too because you like, oh wow, that looks nice. I like it, but it ain't meant for me. That self doubt come in, and then you cancel your order. It's like, why are you shopping if you don't really want it? You can actually afford it, but you keep that self doubt keeps creeping in and telling you that's not for me. They don't want me. You know what I'm saying? Hi, okay. You know what I'm saying? They tell you, it's like you tell yourself you want something, but you don't really want it bad enough. You can't want it bad enough. Not if you want to cancel the order. All right. But yeah, whoever has done something to somebody, whoever did you wrong, I'm going to say you collective, whoever did you wrong, it was intentional. And you need to believe that because that's the challenge and the lesson for someone to believe and be enlightened to how intentional it was. It kind of hurts because maybe it's the person that did it. You couldn't believe, or you can't believe, like, why would they do this to me? To me? I haven't done anything to them, right? That's how you see it. I haven't done anything to them to deserve them betraying me like this. I haven't, you know what I'm saying? I haven't hurt them. I've only been nice and kind to them. Why would you try to destroy me? Why would you try to betray me? And that's why it's taken somebody a long time to let this shit go and walk away. You know, whoever you are that's experienced this, Spirit is saying it's time to move with intention and passion, having compassion for yourself. Walk away from this, that pride and ego. But in a sense, with this particular card, it says love myself, and I see myself in everyone. But it's okay. I don't care how much you saw yourself in that person. They betrayed you, and you have to accept that. That's part of surrender, you know. Accepting things as they are, not as you want them to be. Big, 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 big difference. You know, oftentimes we will sometimes feel, you know, the betrayal feels unbelievable. Like, you know what I mean? That's the part I just can't believe it. Why me? Why did this person do me like this? You know what I mean? Like, I can tell you, I've been through it a couple times in different situations. So each time feels surreal. Like, you really had to snake me? Like, I only had good intentions for you. I've only done my best with you, and you decided that I would be the one you would jerk around, play with, you know, betray, whatever. Me? Right? But Spirit is saying, yeah, you can get betrayed. You can get betrayed. And yes, they did it with intention. And as much as you might not want to acknowledge or feel or even purge and cry about it, go ahead and let it go. Because they did do what they did. Yep. You saw what you saw. You know, they can't gaslight you if you are listening to Spirit and trusting your gut about the situation. Like, people will sometimes people will gaslight you and tell you, I didn't do that, and you don't want to believe it, so you be like, oh, I didn't think you did that. I didn't think you wanted to hurt me. No, I ain't never wanted to hurt you. Yes, they did. Spirit said, yes, they did. Yes, they did. And don't be fooled. Like, Spirit is saying, stand in your light, in your power, in your intuition. Trust your gut. Okay? If somebody been coming to, like, who, I don't know who is this for, right? But somebody's now and lately coming to the understanding how much they have been played. Like Geppetto with Pinocchio. Like, this person was pulling somebody's strings, but not no more. Not no more. All right, tell me more, Spirit. Somebody getting liberated. That's what I feel like. They're getting liberated because they see the truth and they're recognizing the truth and they're letting stuff, like, they're starting to surrender. They're starting to purge. You know what I mean? But there's some time, there's some ways to go. It might take a person a longer time than they want to. Now is the time, but it doesn't mean that everybody can do it exactly at the same time. Yep. Somebody was wearing a mask. This is where the manipulation was. You didn't know if they was light or dark. You left or right. You didn't know what to do. It was a decision that needed to be made about them, though. Somebody made it. Because at first you didn't know what to do. You didn't know how to take it. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah. This might involve a home somebody lived in. Yep, two-faced it. The duality of people. People will show you one thing and be another. Also, you know, that's that when them actions don't meet and don't match up with their words. I want this with you. I love you. Me and you gonna be together. Me and you gonna do this together. Or I'm gonna give you that job. Or I'm gonna do this thing. And then they didn't mean none of that shit because they didn't do it. Their actions are not aligning with their words. That's why they two-faced it. Yeah. This is causing somebody a lot of emotional turmoil and uphill. They're having a lot of emotional storms just to get to the light, just to see things clearly, just to refocus their energy. Coming, this also somebody might have some anger issues and they're coming out of the darkness, right? Because they're getting some clarity. Also, Spirit saying it's okay to be angry. That's part of surrendering control. It's all right to have anger. Like a lot of times people think, I got anger issues. I get mad really easy. Well, yeah, sometimes we get mad easily. We get triggered. But when it comes to serious situations and you were betrayed and you feel that anger welling in you, when you stop it, is 9 times out of 10 is somebody telling you you're not allowed to have emotions. Spirit is saying you got to let that storm cloud come, cleanse, do what it need to do before you can get to the light. You have to release it. You got to let those storm clouds pass, meaning that thunder, that rain, which is them tears, it got to come. It's supposed to. It's okay to cry, to be frustrated, to be angry. Sometimes we allow people to tell us, "Oh, you don't have a right to be angry." Yes, you do. You have a right to be disappointed. You have a right to be frustrated. You have a right to your emotions. That's part of surrender and control. Let them out. Tell me more, Spirit. Time. You know what I'm hearing? Somebody did it time and time again. So they didn't betray you one time. They couldn't have, because there's 10 swords here. This person might have betrayed you 10 times. Hell, 37 times if you let them. Depending on how long you've been in that relationship. Every which way you turn, this person was betraying you. And also, I feel like time is ticking, right? Or time is up, really, for certain situations. The betrayal has become too much. Your spirit guides are done with this person. They was like, no, their time is up. Go ahead and shed your tears and let spirit do what they need to do. Just get out the way when you do it, okay? Just get out the way. Tell me more, spirit. Yeah, it's time to go a different direction. This is what spirit is saying. The chariot, the Knight of Pentacles, and now the compass is here. It's saying it's time to go in your true north. It's time to go in the direction you need to grow and learn. With the learning experience here, spirit saying, okay, it's time to flow towards your purpose. The purpose of this person in your life is done. They've done all they were supposed to do. Now your job is to learn from what you went through with this person or this situation. You take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, don't take it. The moon is here. This person was supposed to put you in your emotions. They were supposed to put you in your emotions so that you can learn how to manage your emotions, how to trust your emotions. A lot of people don't realize the reason why the Queen of Cups is known as emotional, also as intuitive, because she trusts her emotions. It's a lot of Cancer energy with that. I have a lot of Cancer placements, right? A few, right? So I think my Mercury's in Cancer. So I feel a situation emotionally before I understand the full picture. So people will say, "Oh no, you just," what I'm saying, like people try to discount my intuition by saying, "You don't know what you're talking about," and they try to talk logic to me, and then I end up being right because one, I trust my emotions, therefore I'm typically right because it's very highly connected, or I should say strongly connected to my intuition. And some folks, you got to learn how to trust your emotions. If you're talking to somebody, right, and all of a sudden you just get angry, you don't even, like, what they're saying sounds logical to you. It's not giving off like red flags to maybe a passerby, right? But to you, you getting mad, right? 9 times out of 10 is because the person is not being honest with you. Okay, whatever you're asking them, they may be trying to make something sound reasonable, but you know better, right? So that anger hits you first before the logic of it all. You may not be able to investigate it. You may not be able to get down to the bottom of it, but you feel the bullshit. Trust it. It doesn't mean you got to act a certain way. You're not going to spaz out and be triggered in that way, but pay attention to your emotions. They tell you a lot. You feel things in your body sometimes before it all the synapses work in your brain. Hmm. Um, I want to pull now. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you ring that bell. That way you're notified anytime I come on. And it's an energetic donation to the channel. Costs you nothing and helps the channel keep going. And it is much appreciated. Thank you very much. All right. Yeah, somebody been angry. This is the whip. Somebody been feeling this two-faced energy. You know what I'm saying? Like this person and all of this drama and all of the lies that they've been spewing, you never know. This person is the type of person, whoever your situation is, somebody was saying things to you that they felt you wanted to hear. Right? So if they could tell you was in a good mood, they was gonna tell you some good news. If they tell you was in an emotional dark mode, they would tell you something in that emotional sense. Whatever they had to do to get you to go with whatever they was going with. And then there's anger here. You know what I'm saying? Somebody frustrated. They also could have been very lusty, um, very what you call it? I can't think of the word I was about to say. All right, tell me more, spirit. So somebody is leaving the house. Somebody's leaving the house. Shh. All right, tell me more, spirit. Somebody is leaving a home. The rider, you have the rider, you have the house. Somebody is working. Oh, they working on their coins to leave a home. Oh, they got hope for where they going to. Got it. All right. So after they grieve, somebody's on their way out. Especially with the compass here, the true north, right? And then we have the chariot and the knight of pentacles. Somebody's planning their escape. They're planning their direction. Hmm. Tell me what, spirit. Yep. This is about love. Somebody's making a choice in love. They're going where they resonate. They're going where they can compromise. They're going where they support, where they feel supported. After they get through this emotional storm, after they, I don't know, Spirit said work on their emotions here. After they get unblocked by their emotions, you know, and once they done surrender, because this person has a lot to let go of. You know, it's not just people, it's things, it's the situation, it's how people see it. It's like something plays on this person's mind and it's giving them a challenge with surrendering all aspects of a situation. Oops. Tell me more, spirit, about the time. Yeah. And spirit said this is deep. This been going on for volumes. Like this is somebody's lifetime. The betrayal, the martyrdom, the intention of somebody trying to destroy somebody. Like this has been going on for a very, very long time. Spirit said it's deep and there's a lot of hidden secrets. That's why the book is got a lock on it. Somebody might even journal about it because it's so heavy. Also, I will say this: when you journal trauma and betrayal and things like that, it's a way to help your brain remember it, because when we're traumatized, right, and we don't really want to hold that in our head, our brain will dump it. Our brain will put it in the far reaches of our mind. So we end up forgiving situations we probably shouldn't, only because our brain was like, yeah, that's over with. That cortisol, well, not cortisol, that dopamine hit uh, of this person being nice again, or whatever, that comes into play. We don't want to remember the pain no more, right? So we let that go. That's where the doubt comes in. Because then it's like, well, was I bugging? Because they nice to me now. No, you weren't bugging. And they might be nice to you to do something else to you. Spirit saying they meant what they did. The betrayal was intentional. And if you journal and you write it down and you keep it to yourself, it will help you remember. Because when you go back in your journal and you reflect on the things that happened, you might even not even believe you wrote that shit, because it's gonna be like, well, damn, that really did happen. Yes, believe it. They meant what they did. Tell me more, Spirit. Yep. And unfortunately for whoever this is for, this is your cross to bear, because it is something, this learning experience, this relationship, this friendship, this workship, whatever this is, um, it sits on you, right? It doesn't just go away. That's why the Nine of Pentacles is here. It's going to take a long time to heal from this, but you can. You can with intention. You can. You can heal. It's just it's your cross to bear. This is your experience. No one can hold that cross up for you. No one could get that cross off your back but you. But Spirit said you must move forward with that cross until you can get it off your back. There's some sort of loyalty here. You might have given over your power to somebody over and over and over again. Spirit says you have to redirect that energy, redirect that loyalty and that devotion, redirect that energy somewhere else. It's not here. It's not where this cross to bear. It's not with the person that betrayed you. Their time is up in your life. So it's time to pick up what you have, pick up your leash or whatever, your loyalty, and take it elsewhere where you be kept well. You know what I'm saying? Where you be kept well, taken care of. You also know, you like when you go to another company, for example, right? A lot of times it's the amenities that make you want to stay a little longer, with how they treat the employees. You know what I'm saying? Do they have special days where they give you off? Or do they get, special days where they treat you to lunch? How do they care about their employees? Pick up your loyalty and move on, right? If it's a relationship, there's somebody else in your life that you do resonate with, that you do mirror, that you do love, that does give reciprocation, that does give consideration for you, that balances you out. In the bottom of the deck, I'm holding it again, is the sun. You got clarity. Write that shit down, though. I'm trying to tell you, it is a technique that will help you remember who the culprit is, the players, what actually happened. Because when you go back in your memory place, your memory will, it will deceive you, because you don't want to believe what just occurred. So if you go ahead and write it down, usually immediately, and then maybe there's some old stuff that you can come up with, write that down. Then when you reflecting on it, if you still dealing with it, because the hangman is here, even though it's reversed, it gives you an opportunity to get that clarity on that situation. You go back chapter 1. Oh, wait a minute. This used to happen to me. This person did this. They betrayed me like that. They just did. Then you start putting it all together, like, yo, they They started then and they never stopped. So every time that person smile in your face with that mask on and tells you, "Oh, honey, I love you," or "I didn't mean to hurt your feelings," or "I was only going to do such and such and such," you know good well they lying. Spirit said with power and intention, they did what they did. Take it how it resonates, y'all. Just saying. If it don't resonate, don't take it. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, though, Spirit wants you to heal from it. Let's get some repair, growth, evolution. Repair, evolution, growth oracles. Heart open and listen. Open your heart center and listen with your intuition. Will all to your intuition. Wait a minute. Let me rewrite. All right. Opening your heart center and listening to your intuition will always lead you in the right direction. You now have the opportunity to let down the walls you created from past wounds. Let your light shine from your heart to experience what the universe has always wanted for you. That's them swans here. What they call this card? Yeah, that's some swans. It's the lovers. The lovers is here too. So this is a learning experience and making better choices and changing loyalty as well. Tell me more, Spirit. Shit. Excuse me, y'all. It says one of the ways that the divine wants to connect with you is through creative expression. It gets it gets you out of your busy mind to feel, listen, and to know how best to flow the energy through you. You're being called to tap into your creative side to connect and discover many talents. Be open to the process and let it flow without judging yourself. You know what this tells me? Like just with these two children doing art, is that, art is one of the best expressions of pain and joy and creativity. And a lot of people who have been through some painful things are magnificent artists, and whatever it is that they choose, excuse me, to channel their art through. They become like savants. Like they just are amazing, right? They just multi-talented, damn near genius level or on genius level, right? And so Spirit is saying if you've been through a lot of pain, you might want to channel that into art. That's another way to journal it. Drawing. Draw what you went through. That helps you remember it as well. Draw it. Write about it, like in poetry or song. You know what I'm saying? Make screenplays about it. Record what you're doing through your creativity. Tell me more, Spirit. I'll do one more in the bottom of the deck. Letting go. Resistance. It says, this cycle has ended and it's time to let go to experience new growth. What I tell you, it's vital to have closure and gratitude for the situation to make room for new things to enter. Go within to find what is holding you back. Change is necessary in this situation. So it's letting go. Let it go. Surrender the connection. Bottom of the deck. Time to evolve. Decisions. It is not a negative situation, but a necessary one. Having the awareness to see it from your soul's perspective, that you choose much of this before you incarnate, is needed. This releases the victimhood mentality and pulls back your power. We must go through trials and tribulations as an opportunity to evolve. How you choose to interpret this situation hinges on your growth or not. So it's time to evolve. Time to make decisions. A lot of times, people don't want to make those hard decisions in life. They really don't. People struggle with those hard decisions when it's time for that growth, because that should be painful. That should make you cry. Change. Like, I didn't know I had to be like this. I didn't know how to do this. I didn't realize blah, blah, blah. It's time to change. It's time to grow. It's time to evolve. It's time to elevate. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's time. And much as we don't want to, sometimes we gotta buckle down and we gotta do what's needed to evolve and grow. A couple weeks ago, I went through a situation and I was upset, frustrated because the very thing that I was predicting was happening started to happen. Not in the way I thought, but it wasn't a bad thing at the like in hindsight, I'll put it that way. In hindsight, it wasn't a bad thing. It pushed me to grow. It pushed me out of my comfort zone. And when it first went down, I was just distraught. I was distraught like I can't believe this. This is happening. And then it was more of a misunderstanding. It was during Mercury retrograde. It was more of a misunderstanding for multiple ways, but it was enough that I had to take it at face value. The intention behind the person who was the catalyst, and accept that it was time for my soul to grow. Like it was time. And so I still see it as my soul's growth, even though it's like, wait, 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 wait. That's not what was meant. But it was like, yeah, it's kind of like too late. Um, I hear you, and I'll work with you to a degree, but I think I'm okay with stretching my wings now. I'm okay with taking another step in the next level. I'm okay. And so sometimes when people push you in situations, push you out of your comfort zone, you realize, oh, wait a minute, I do have wings. I can fly. Or the ground is meeting me where I step. Either way, I'm taking a leap of faith, and it's actually not so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have been worse. And the timing is right because I'm ahead of the game. I'm not behind. So don't be scared to release situations. Don't be afraid. That's part of releasing and surrendering. Surrendering the fear. That's what really controls that binds somebody in control is fear. Fear of letting go. Fear of the unknown. Fear of growth. Fear of change. That's what makes people hold on to situations and people and places and things they need to let go of. Fear. I was like, shit. I'm so glad that I did that. I made that step out and I made it with fear involved, but I still made the step. And I'm grateful to my spirit guides for pushing me, out of my comfort zone. I'm even grateful to the person that was used to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because spirit will use people to show you, you got to go, you got to go. That's it. Now, come on now. It's something else out there for you. This is not the only thing. And I'm like, yeah, Spirit, you're right. It's not the only thing. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, y'all, to sum this up and wrap it up, somebody was very I don't know who this is in your life, so you have to take it as it resonate, since this is a collective reading. But there is somebody who was either pushing you to be independent or they were hyper independent. And there was a lot of betrayal here. This person put a lot of doubts in you, maybe make you believe that you weren't more than you are. Um, and there was a lot of intention by somebody doing that. Also, Spirit said that this person may have traumatized you, so write it down or use creative expression to memorialize it. Also, purge. If you haven't cried, it's time to release the tears. It's time to let it go. Let them fall so that you can heal from your situation. It's also time to take steps, okay? It's also time to change loyalties, change homes, change jobs, whatever the case may be. Spirit said, allow yourself to be angry. It's okay. Anger is a normal reaction to things that people, used to hurt you. It's okay to be angry sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Don't let somebody shame you out of your anger, telling you you don't have emotions that you're allowed to have. You know what I'm saying? Listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, listen to your emotions. How do you feel in situations? Trust your guts on that. Stop trusting people who are lying to you, because the Spirit said they are lying to you. They are manipulating you with intention. Spirit said this is your cross to bear, and that it may take a long time for you to relieve yourself of this cross, but go do it anyway. Do it scared, do it happy, do it afraid. It don't matter. Do it. Okay? And I'm going to leave you with this, because this is from last night. Like, I did a personal reading on live donation. And kind of, I will say, not a, if you go back and watch, you go back and watch. But I was trying to explain, the energy does shift and change, right? The person wanted to know a very specific thing. It was a masculine asking about a feminine, right? And this is unrelated. Not, I mean, it depends on how you take it, but to me, it's unrelated to this message. But I need to leave this message out there. You know, biologically, we all have these gender things going on right now. People, I'm not this gender, I'm this gender, whatever. Biologically, there is male and there is female regarding, like, for example, the sperm and the egg. That's where but this is what I'm getting at. The sperm and the egg. The egg, we are all taught in health. I haven't heard it taught no new way. You know how they got new math? I ain't heard this taught any new way. The egg is present in the womb, waiting the sperm. But the sperm have to compete, meaning they have to take action. They have to be in warrior mode. They have to go after what they want. What is this? The chariot. The chariot is here. This person, whoever you are, you have to get in your masculine energy and go after what you want. Then the feminine energy is the one, she's the receptacle. She's the one that determines who wins. And it's based on their action that they take. No action will amount to nothing. So if you take no action in your life, and that's here too in one of them cards, it said, then nothing will happen the way you want it to happen. Okay? Nothing will happen. So if you are a masculine in your feminine energy, get out of that energy. It's time to go after what you want. If you are feminine and you're sitting in a disappointing situation, it's time to get in your masculine energy and go for what you want, right? But it's time for action. It's not time for sitting, wallowing. It's not time for staying in victimhood. You signed up for this experience, and now what are you going to do with it? All right. So that was the message. Take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, don't take it. Thank you all for coming. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you. Make sure you ring that bell so you're always notified whenever I come on. And it's all an energetic donation to the channel, and it is much appreciated. I want to thank you all for coming. Aya, go check out Aya Inspired Tarot. She's a wonderful reader. Check out her channel. Subscribe to her. Just go subscribe to Life Mantra Tarot. Excellent reader. She does lives as well. Oh, both of them do live. My bad. Both of them do lives. And I want to thank, who else do I see here? Bite and Tuesday. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, Black Cherry, okay? But she is the channel, you feel me? But thank you all. I appreciate y'all, and I look forward to seeing y'all again soon. Peace.